If you don't go, that means you are anti-Hindu. This is what he said. He, of course, called it utter nonsense. While declining the event, the Congress, which has oscillated and vacillated on the issue historically, argued that religion should be a personal matter, a private matter, but that this event has become a political project of the BJP and the RSS. The Congress dithered for about 2 weeks, but the leadership cleared the air just before Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra kicks off on January 14. Now, sources in the Congress say that it had gauged the sense of the parties in the I.N.D.I.A Bloc before announcing its decision, and that the top party leaders might visit the temple after the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, thus conveying its move was always about opposing BJP politics and not really about faith per se. Critics, though, would also argue this was not the time for party politics because this moment is bigger than everyone and anything. There is no harm for all political ideologies in the country to come together on that one day that signifies 500-year-old fight to reclaim a Ram temple in Ayodhya. But this is precisely the problem. Can several of these parties make that assertion given their past actions on the Ram temple issue? Or could it also be argued that the opposition is actually being smart by declining this invite? They are looking at what works for them, not necessarily what works for the BJP. To go or not to go? That's the big question, and we take that to our guests in just a bit. But let me first break down where each party stands right now, the prominent opposition parties, part of the I.N.D.I.A Bloc alliance. Now, the Congress, of course, Kharge, Sonia Gandhi, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury have declined that event. They've said that religion should be kept private, but their grassroots leaders want to go. And the UP leadership have been given the go-ahead to attend this program if they want to. Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh Yadav has been skirting around the issue for a while. He has now said that he doesn't even know who invited him. And he went on to say only those who know you invite you for events. It's likely they're not going to go. DMK has assured support to devotees instead, those who may want to visit Ayodhya for this ceremony, and otherwise they have said we're going to help them and we're going to facilitate this for them. Now, some other North India parties are undecided, like the JDU. Buzz is Nitish Kumar could go for the ceremony, but they are yet to make that announcement. Aam Aadmi Party is another such party. They have played the Hindutva card in the past. They are yet to announce their decision. The likes of TMC, though, have already declined. Remember, Mamata Banerjee had called this event a political gimmick ahead of the 2024 elections. And Shiv Sena UBT, which is also part of the MVA and the I.N.D.I.A Bloc alliance, has been blaming BJP so far for not inviting them. Now they have announced that they would go to the Kalaram temple in Nashik instead on the day when the Pran Pratishtha is happening in Ayodhya. Now, to go or not to go, it is indeed a tough call for these parties. Going to the Ram temple event will be a massive recalibration or a departure from their usual politics. It is likely the opposition parties have more to lose than to gain if they attend. Let me break down this dilemma. Now, if they accept the invite, they endear themselves to the Hindu faithful who will like the gesture because this is a massive event for the Hindu faith all around the world. But if they decline the event, they will appear as begrudging the temple issue itself, and their past positions will come back to haunt them. If they go, if they accept the invite, they could reduce the backlash after the anti-Sanatan Dharma comments that had hurt them recently. But if they don't go, they will invite the anti-Hindu label further on themselves. Now, if they go, they risk upsetting their minority vote bank. Most of these opposition parties depend heavily, especially on the Muslim vote bank in their respective states. But if they don't go, they can keep the loyalty of the minorities. If they go, they effectively become smaller players in what is essentially a larger Modi show. Not sure of any leaders will want to do that. Remember, they skipped the Sengol ceremony in Parliament too. Now, the reasons given may be pertaining to religion, but largely it's because these are events that are helmed by the Prime Minister. They become all about the Prime Minister. Now, if they don't go, they will look firm against this line that they have taken publicly of not accepting the politicization of a religious event. And finally, if some of these I.N.D.I.A Bloc parties go now, it can make the larger grouping look even more divided on issues. Already some of the divisions are falling into the public domain. If they all don't go, which could very well be the case, they can say we want to focus on the real issues that matter to the public instead, which is another line that the opposition bloc has been taking. So, Is the opposition in a fix to go or not to go? That's the big question in front of them. And we'll also take this question to our guests.
वो धर्मशास्त्र के विपरीत ये निर्णय लिया गया है राजनीतिक तौर पर जी, क्योंकि वो लोकसभा चुनाव के पहले इसको प्राण प्रतिष्ठा को करना चाहते थे ताकि उनको चुनाव में फायदा हो जाए।
हम कहां जाने से मना कर रहे हैं? हम 22 तारीख को, और ये बात हमारे अध्यक्ष ने कही है।
It's petty, it is unreasonable politics.
मैं नहीं जानता हूं, न मेरा कोई परिचय है, न मेरी उनसे कभी कोई मुलाकात हुई होगी। जो परिचय वाले हैं, हमारे व्यवहार में यही माना जाता है, जो परिचय जिनका होता है वही एक दूसरे को व्यवहार देते हैं।
नीतीश कुमार जी खुद इस पर फैसला लेंगे कि वो वहां जाएंगे और इसकी घोषणा हम जल्दी करें।
Let's go across to our guest joining us. RP Singh is the national spokesperson of the BJP. CS Jha is from the Shiv Sena UBT faction. George Kurian, political analyst, leans towards the Congress party. And Siddharth Sharma is the spokesperson of the I.N.D.I.A party. Siddharth, I know the I.N.D.I.A party hasn't announced their decision to go or not. But what do you think? Is it right for the opposition to be boycotting an event like this? I'm going so far by what some of the opposition parties have done. Is it fair for them to boycott, or would it rather have been in the fitness of things for all parties to come together?
Well, since Shivani, you made a binary here, I'll answer in a binary. It is it's a clear-cut, a very simple example which any of your viewer can understand. It's one thing to engage the best doctor. It is absolutely another thing to take that doctor's prescription. BJP is definitely doing the former with Lord Ram. And we at Aam Party are doing the latter very diligently through following the Ram Rajya model. What does Ram Rajya say? That free electricity, free education, universal healthcare, these are being provided in Delhi. Good security, low crime rate, these are being provided in Punjab. MSP to farmers, these are being provided to Punjab. Because in Tulsidas' Ramayana, in the Uttar when Ram Rajya is being defined, it is very clearly said that Daihika Daivika Bhautika Tapa Ram Raj Nahi Kahu Hi Vyapa. Matlab everyone was happy because the governance was so good. Now, as far as your specific question is concerned, if you see the record, the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, after the Shilanyas of the temple, has already been to Ayodhya. Thousands of people in dozens of trains every day, every week from Delhiites, the senior citizens, are going to Ayodhya pilgrimage as part of the Mukhyamantri Tirth Yatra Yojana, Tirth Yatra pilgrimage scheme. So, and being a practicing Hindu, I know that for these kind of pilgrimages, nobody gives an invitation. You go when the God calls you.
No,
it's
fair enough, but you are skirting around the question I've asked. No, Siddharth, I've given you time. You are skirting around the question I've asked you. I'm not questioning your divinity or your faith. I'm not questioning whether, if you go for this event, you are any less Hindu or you will go before or after. My question is very simple. This is a big event for 80 crore plus Indians and many more across the world. It is being seen as not really a sectoral event, but an event that is for the larger Indian community at large. Would it, again, I ask my question, is it fair for the opposition to boycott it because you feel the BJP is in power today, so the BJP is in control of this event, the PM is going to be helming this event? Or would it have been better for the messaging to go to the public that we are all for this, we are all together at least on this one day? Yes, you can do your politics 367 days a year, but at least today we can all be seen together.
I think that is best answered by the BJP spokesperson, because as far as the invitation is concerned to Aam Party, they have to say whether they have invited Aam Party as of now formally or not. So
The
that is
BJP
for
is not
me.
inviting anybody. Actually, it's the trust. So you'll have to question. You'll have to ask the trust.
Okay, why should I ask? That's what I'm saying.
So you are saying you
It's
haven't
for-
got the
it's-
invite yet.
It's for them to announce whether they have invited X,
Arey,
Y,
but have you
Z
got
or
the
not.
invite or not?
That's what my point is. As of now, we have not got the
You've
invite.
not got
but,
the invite. Fair enough. Why the delay to the invite to them, and then also question why opposition parties are not joining is a matter. Although sources had indicated that the word had come to Arvind Kejriwal that he should block these dates, a formal invite will be coming to
That-
him. It
that
looks
doesn't
like
mean a formal invite.
Exactly.
That
It
doesn't
doesn't
mean
look
a
like the
formal.
formal invite has come yet, but we'll wait and hear from the Aam Aadmi Party. You still want
I'll
to
make the point.
Yeah, you can still answer the larger question.
Like Ayodhya,
Siddharth,
Mr. Arvind
you can
Kejriwal
still
has already
answer the
been
larger
there.
question, whether it is right, what message does it send to the larger public when opposition is boycotting this event, quote unquote? Is it, will the message be that, okay, yes, they're doing so because they don't approve of BJP's politics, or will the message fundamentally go down that this is because they're uncomfortable being seen
that-
on the Ram Temple stage?
Is that question to me, Shivani?
Yeah, on the larger opposition
Then-
decision,
then-
many
then-
parties have not decided to go.
Then forget the politicians. First ensure the 4 Shankaracharyas attend, na? Why are you so worried about the politicians? The 4 Shankaracharyas have not yet been confirmed their attendance.
Yeah,
The
but you don't
Shankaracharyas are
you
Hinduism
don't do
highest
everything in
decision-making
life depending
body.
on what the 4 Shankaracharyas do, right? It's very convenient
They
to
are
throw that
Hinduism's
argument today
highest
when you don't want to answer that
scholastic
question.
body.
Come
So
on,
that's what my
don't
question
say
is.
that your decision is dependent on whether the 4 Shankaracharyas are going or not.
It's not my decision is dependent upon the God calling, and God has already called us, and Arvind Kejriwal has already been in Ayodhya earlier.
So
before
you
the
don't
invitation
feel the
came.
need to
And
join in
thousands
this
of people
event?
from Delhi
It's a
have
simple
also been there.
question.
Even as we speak, thousands of pilgrims are in Ayodhya through our.
So what is
Mukhyamantri
the
Tirth
problem
Yatra
in
scheme.
attending this event? Yes, you can go at other times too.
That's what my point is. As far as this event is concerned, the organizer of this event, it is up to him or her to answer to the question whether they have sent an invite to X, Y, or Z or not.
Arey,
As
but-
far as I know, they have not yet sent a formal invite even to the Shankaracharyas. That's what my point is.
No, they have sent an invite to all political parties. I know Mr. Jha will oppose that as well. But some of those political parties have publicly decided not to go now. I was asking you a larger question on that. George Kurian, you want to take that question? What does it look like when the Congress's bigwigs decide not to go?
No, Shivani, I will not run around the bush, and I'll
Yeah.
come straight away to your question. The Congress party is a principal opposition in this country, and there is no denial about it, and has an national footprint, and is part of the I.N.D.I.A Bloc as well, who is leading the entire bloc. Having said that, the Congress party is denying the invitation to be present at the Pran Pratishtha at the Ayodhya, the Lord Ram Mandir temple, because it has become a political event. I will come to why I'm saying that. I'll confirm it to you and for the audience. Is because Prime Minister Modi, UP Chief Minister Adityanath, and they're going to speak from there. They're going to address the nation, and they are holding constitutional position. It's a religious event, should have been kept religious without any addressing the nation from there. And the RSS Chief, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, is also going to address the nation. So this becomes political. The Congress party, the trust is making it difficult for the Congress party to be present there just to hear Prime Minister speak or UP Chief Minister speak. So you have to understand that that's a broader spectrum.
I get
It's
your
not
point,
that-
and I thank you for your candidness. At least you're accepting that there is a problem here in attending this event for this particular reason. I want RP Singh to come in here. RP Singh, why should the opposition, come and be part of this larger Modi show? All of these events, whether it's the Sengol ceremony in Parliament, whether it's the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya, you could argue that you're the ruling party of the day. By virtue of that, you will have greater say, greater presence. Congress had it when it was in power, so I'm not questioning that. But it just becomes about Narendra Modi. Why should they be, part of this as also rans and come and be part of this larger Modi show? They'd rather just, do something else.
Well, Shivani, let me put it very straightforward. This is not Prime Minister Modi's show. This is Ram Lalla's show. And people who are principally organizing is the trust which was formed by the Supreme Court, and they are the one who are inviting and calling people, and then on their invitations the people have confirmed and people have denied to be part of it, and then they are trying to take a political mileage. I mean, straightforward accusing. They are doing it for a vote bank politics, nothing more than that. I'm sorry, 2016, when Pope invited the Congress party, they went there. They have sent the people on the invitation of the Pope for Mother Teresa's coronation. I mean, but that's how the Congress is. I mean, for them, everything is from the dimension of being anti-Modi and then for vote bank politics. That's the problem. Otherwise, it's the same Congress which has a DNA of doing this, right from Pandit Nehru to Mrs. Gandhi. Pandit Nehru refused to attend the ceremony for the Somnath temple, and also didn't wanted Rajinder Prasadji, the then president, to go and attend the ceremony. Even the Home Minister, they didn't wanted him to go and attend the ceremony. Mrs. Gandhi openly fired at the saints who have gone for Gauraksha Andolan, and then thousands of saints were killed. So that even Narasimha Rao, he said in the parliament, हम बाबरी वहीं बनाएंगे, हम बाबरी वहीं बनाएंगे. They never said Ram Mandir हम बनाएंगे. They always questioned us that Ram Mandir कब बनाएंगे, तारीख तो नहीं बताएंगे. That's what their question used to be. Now they are taking excuse, they are taking pretext only on some pretext or other only for vote bank politics, nothing more than that.
Okay, I'll come to the vote bank issue in just a bit, but George Kurian, do address this issue.
Give me a second.
No, I'll come back to you. RP Singh, I'll come back to you. You raised a point about Mother Teresa's canonization. George Kurian, this is a question that will come to the Congress party. In the statement released by Jairam Ramesh, he says religion is a private matter. We acknowledge that Ram is worshipped by millions in the country, but religion is a private matter. If religion is a private matter, why was Sonia Gandhi writing to the Pope on Mother Teresa's canonization? If that was a big event for the country, Ram Temple, Pran Pratishtha is also a big event for the country. Why did the Congress then send 2 representatives to the Vatican? They can't come for this event. It's right here in Ayodhya.
Well, Shivani, these are 2 different things. And
how are they different? Explain.
This invite from the Temple Trust is just a formality.
How do you know that?
Because being the larger principal opposition in the country, and Congress party is not anti-Hindu. The Congress party, as millions of Hindus worship Lord Rama and they have faith in him. As we all know that religion.
No, I'm not questioning your faith, but it also is about actions and just not about empty rhetoric. Explain to me why the Congress celebrated Mother Teresa's canonization and sent representatives for it to the Vatican, but is unwilling to be present here. And Sonia Gandhi wrote a letter saying, I would have been there myself, but for health issues.
As far as Mother Teresa's canonization is concerned, the Congress party must have sent their representatives to Vatican. But having said that, there was no speech made by the Congress party there. So all we are saying is that the Prime Minister is going to address the nation. That is
no, I'm asking you a particular question about this whole argument of religion being a private matter. When it suits you, you attend religious events. When it doesn't suit you, you say, oh, it should be private. Come on, at least don't fool the public. Accept it. We will attend the religious events of our choosing then.
Congress party would definitely attend this event had Prime Minister Modi or UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is not addressing the nation and RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat.
No, that is an excuse you're giving today. Several opposition parties have declined this event even before this detail came out in public. And can I also mention the irony involved here? While Jawaharlal Nehru certainly was a particular kind of leader, he wanted religion to be kept completely separate from politics. Whether he was actually doing it or not is open to debate. But despite the fact that he refused to go for the Somnath ceremony, the first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru was part of the Sengol ceremony, right? But when the Sengol was re-established in Parliament now by the current Prime Minister and seers around him, the Congress refused to join. Now, can you explain to me this hypocrisy? How it's okay for Jawaharlal Nehru to do something as the Prime Minister, but current Prime Minister to not do this? It's okay for Congress Prime Ministers to hog the limelight, but not any other Prime Minister to do so. George Kurian.
That is because the first citizen of this nation was not invited as far as the new parliament is concerned.
Why did Jawaharlal Nehru take the Sengol in 1947?
The president was not invited for the new parliament inauguration.
But why did the Prime Minister at that time do this ceremony? It's okay when Jawaharlal Nehru does a ceremony.
Is doing
No other
everything
prime minister deserves the same place.
constitutionally and out of the rule book.
What rule book?
Everything that the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Which
Clinton is
rule
out of
book?
his rule book.
Which rule book are you quoting?
The first citizen of this country was not invited for the parliament inauguration. May I know what the reason? RP Singh is there on the show. He can give a better answer on this.
Okay, RP Singh wanted to come in very quickly, then I go to CS Jha.
Well, it's the elected person, the Prime Minister who does all the rituals. Even here also in the Ram temple, he is going as the Prime Minister of the country and not as a BJP nominee. He is going as the Prime Minister of the country. BJP nominee will be Nadda ji who will be attending the function. But as I said, it's not only first time. They boycotted GST. They boycotted the President's address. He is talking with the President. They boycotted President's address recently.
Yes.
So the joint address of the President. They have boycotted the all events which has happened in the democratic processes also. So the boycott is their DNA, and they do it as it suits them. If it suits them, they will boycott it. If it doesn't, if it suits their vote bank politics, they will attend it. So I'm openly accusing that they are doing it for a particular vote bank. And let me tell you very frankly, more than 500 masjid has already sent a message that diyas will be also lit there during the festive. During this 22nd festive, the diyas will be burnt there also, the lit there also, and almost 36. I have figures with me. 36 in Delhi also.
Okay,
the masjid and the ibadat gars.
But there is a sentiment.
They have to use that as a vote bank politics.
Okay, no, the vote bank politics, let me take that to CS Jha of the Shiv Sena. But before that, let me say that whoever wants to, as a public, whoever wants to participate, not participate, that decision should be left to them. Nobody should be judged whether they do something or not do something. In politics though, that choice is not just about your personal faith and about what you think is right personally. Especially if you've engaged in religious activities in the past, then you might as well explain why you're not doing it today and you find religion a private matter today. But CS Jha, is it purely not because of vote bank politics? Let's be honest, let's not kid ourselves. If these parties that depend on the Muslim vote bank were to be seen at the Ram Temple event, it is going to irk their minority vote bank. It's as simple as that.
See, the first thing has to be decided, the politics should not be mixed with the religion. And that is particularly very well said by the other dignitaries who are on the TV. And basically what is happening today, that the BJP is mixing politics with the concerned religion and faith, which should not happen at this moment. And what is happening today, the BJP calling for a vote bank to Congress or other parties, the vote bank itself is now being seen as a politics for BJP. Why they are going for Pran Pratishtha? Pran Pratishtha should have been done by Shankaracharya or by the other established gurus of Hindu faith, and that has not been done. The basic structure framework of a religion is being handled by a prime minister of a party and done by RSS and other dignitaries of BJP. Now this establishes clearly that the involvement of BJP for the purpose of vote bank to do this Pran Pratishtha and nothing else. And if you see today what is happening, the other parties are not boycotting. They are saying that we will not go on 22nd. The parties are saying that we can go on any date or any time.
That's fine. That's still a boycott of this event. No, that's fine. That's semantics. But that's still a boycott of this event. You keep saying religion and politics should not be mixed or religion should not be politicized. Can you tell me one party in India that has actually stood true to that? Every party in the country is guilty of politicizing religion or using religion for politics.
But at this moment, if you see, BJP is doing a straightway politics on religion. None of the parties have done it till date. And if you see what, yes, it is very clear now.
No, that's not
And
true. I don't even have to go way back into decades of history. Even in the last year, I can come up with examples of how religion and politics has been mixed. Let's be fair, religion is so large a concept that matters to a society. It cannot be kept away from politics. It just cannot be. And governments are guilty. Elected governments are guilty of mixing religion and politics, including the government that Uddhav Thackeray helmed, mind you. But I have 30 seconds left. Yes, RP Singh, very quickly respond. You are politicizing. You're doing this ahead of 2024.
Well,
Temple is not complete. You are rushing the Pran Pratishtha. You're not doing it according to the Shastras, as the Shankaracharyas say, purely because you want to make this an event that you dominate.
First, let me answer the Shankaracharya point. The Jyotish Peeth Shankaracharya has, if they believe in Shankaracharya, has said throughout all Muslims from the country. Will they do that? Will Congress stand by Shankaracharya ji? So it works out when it suits them. They cherry pick the Shankaracharya ji's statement. But issue is that it's not politicalization. It has been a matter of our faith. In 1989, it was mentioned in our manifesto, and thereon it has been part of our manifesto, whether it was UCC 370 or Ram Temple. But they were the one who opposed. The gentleman from Aam Aadmi Party, the leader Arvind Kejriwal said, मेरी नानी ने कहा है अगर वहाँ मस्जिद थी तो वहाँ मंदिर नहीं बनाना चाहिए. Sisodia said, don't make mandir there, make a university there, as there's less land for university. But university should be made. But why pitch against the temple? So they have been questioning the new temple and the magnificent temple also, and now they are picking up reasons for not going, only keeping in mind the vote bank. They don't want to annoy Muslim vote bank, that's why they're doing so.
Real and what may be the real reasons behind the scenes, reasons exist, but will those be sufficient to explain to the public why someone is attending, why someone is not attending? That of course the public will decide. I do thank our guests for joining us. Coming up after a very short break, CNN News 18 honoured India's icons at the Indian of the Year 2023 ceremony. We're getting you some highlights of that. Stay tuned.
Co-powered by
well, India has maintained its position that the escalation in Yemen or the Red Sea, which is kind of disrupting the entire global supply chain, is something that should not happen, and the Houthi militants should take a stand, not attacking the freeway or the maritime trade routes, and the which is impacting the global trade. Also, we have seen the escalation happening in the wake of Yemeni groups escalating their attacks against American ships and the UK warships deployed in the region. They are attacking on the pretext of US support to Israel on Gaza, while USA's statement has continued to say that they are trying to protect the maritime routes which are being disrupted by Houthi militants and threatened by their continuous drones and missiles attacks. We have seen thousands of ships, cargo ships, rerouting themselves and going through the African, lands, and that is adding about 3 to 4 weeks of time for every cargo ships to reach to the European or African destinations, and there is also adding a lot of cost to it. So the entire maritime security is essential, and for that, finally, US and UK under their their umbrella of prosperity guardian, which they have formed to protect those maritime routes under Red Sea and south of Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, they have started attacking Houthi militant. After just 2 days ago, we had seen more than a dozen drones and missiles attacking or targeting US warships and UK warships deployed in the region. So we were expecting that any major escalation or major attack can happen from the US side also, and this is just that happened. While Royal UK Force had deployed 4 Typhoon fighter jets and guided bombs were used. US also used, apparently Tomahawk missiles were used in those attacks. About 12 targets in Yemen were attacked, including number of airports, airstrips, some of the ammunition depot also, some centers from where those drones or missile attacks were being conducted, or some regions where those reconnaissance surveillance systems in Yemen were also instituted. So US was trying to deter any possible future attack from the Yemeni side. So far, there has not been any retaliation that we can say. Initially, there were some reports that Yemen has also tried to attack or target US or UK warships in the region. There were some comments also from the Yemeni Home Minister, but then those comments were deleted. And for now, there is no retaliation that US or UK forces have faced in the region.
Right, Abhishek. Abhishek, do stay with us, because right now we also have Akash Sharma joining us on this broadcast to bring in more context to this particular breaking news, as well as the entire situation that's unfolding currently. Akash, coming to you, a very good morning firstly, and getting right into the matter. Right now in the Middle East, we've seen the kind of unrest that is there. And amid such unrest, the US now coming out with a statement which says that yes, they are now directly
The pandemic indeed altered and challenged the existing consumption patterns in the world of cinema and entertainment. The year of 2023 was a year of change and revival. 6 of the 15 highest grossing Indian films of all time worldwide were released this year across different languages: Tamil, Telugu and Hindi.
And it's not just the box office numbers. Our nominees this year created and starred in works that shifted culture with their very subversive narratives. Works that scored big, not just in the box office, but also in people's hearts and in people's minds.
And to honor the winners, can we have the one and only Mr. Javed Akhtar on the stage, along with CNN News 18's Managing Editor Zaka Jacob.
After the announcement, I'll hold the mic for you. I'll hold the mic. I'll hold the mic for you. You have to read this. Okay.
Well, I was requesting that he should allow me to speak from there, because I have very unsteady hands. So people will think I'm very nervous when it will shake in my hand. Well, what do you say about a filmmaker like Mr. Mani Ratnam? Allow me to use a cliche that this world is a conveyor belt. People come, people go. And film industry is also a conveyor belt with a little difference. It moves a bit faster. But there are very few people who turn this conveyor belt into a solid, immovable stage, platform. And there they stand under the limelight while others are coming and going. Mr. Mani Ratnam, who started his career in, if I am not wrong, 1983, 82, 83, is as relevant today as he was with his first film. And why? You see, success comes and success goes in our industry very quickly. But it remains with those, and they remain in the mind and memory of people, and they remain a person who draws respect and admiration for his work, who has brought something which was never there, who give us an experience that we had never had before. You see, we Bombay film industry people have been very complacent and very sure of ourselves, and we used to be completely convinced of our superiority. And then suddenly a director came from Tamil Nadu. He slapped us hard on our face. The kind of work we had never seen, the kind of taking, the kind of framing, the kind of